All right, welcome everybody who just joined the stream. This is the matchup that you have been waiting for, the Battle of Titans, Seed 1 versus Seed 9. It is Wanderio versus MyzeJD, and those two are just pure Titans, and I'm really happy we got to cover this matchup. And today in the commentary booth, taking the honor of covering it is gonna be me, Philoxen, and joining me today is gonna be the lovely A Tommy One. Hello, man, and how are you doing?
Hello everyone. That's just really a interesting matchup to see. I am really hype about this one. I do think that while overall we can say that Wanderio is supposed to be a little bit better. He has the highest skill ceiling and stuff, and I would kind of argue that he has even a better consistency. But in this map pool, in this situation, this will be really interesting match to watch. I'm speechless.
Yeah, that is right. Well said. But we cannot start without introducing players. So first of all, those two are very much big names in the tournament community. MyzeJD is our 5WC 2023 winner, the French player that is probably the most successful one so far when it comes to 5-digit and 4-digit tournament scene of France itself, winning over 12 tournaments from what I remember, definitely putting himself on a board of one of the strongest tournament players of such a rank range. Also participated in 4WC 2025, being one of the key figures of the community. And, well, then you look at the left side, you might think that MyzeJD is super cracked, and he is, but when you consider who he's playing against, it is gonna be Wanderio, the player who is not that giga experienced like MyzeJD, but still, he every single tournament that he signed up for, he almost always just gets the first place on it. Wanderio is a very notorious tournament player. Not so long ago, made it in the OWC 2025 Canadian team. A crazy feat from him, alongside Birchman as well, and Birchman unfortunately getting eliminated, so now Wanderio is the only Canadian left in the winners bracket. We're gonna be trying and destroying MyzeJD as a seed 1 player. But with that, Tommy, let's take a look at what we have as the first bans of the match.
Yeah, and after the few rolls, we already can see first ban was from I forgot the name, from Mice, I believe, and it was from about HR1. And well, a bit unexpected from what you can see in the chat. Wanderio was about to neutralize HR1, so that's always interesting to see. And two bans from Wanderio so far are HR4 and DT2, which is, understandable. Into one mobs they were playing some 220 BPM stream maps basically, and it wasn't really going too great, I guess, for their expectations. So HR4 was kind of an obvious ban for that. But DT2, well, pretty much continuing the same idea with not really being really warm for this matchup with in the skill set of typing. But we also see a second pick, ban from MyzeJD, and this is DT1. Also understandable. Almost all of his bans so far were some kind of aim consistency maps, Nomad 1, HR1, and well, DT1 also pretty twice in this collection.
I mean, look, even though MyzeJD got seed 1 when it came to qualifiers, Nomad 1 meaning he's super strong in consistency, he really just tries to get rid of those RNG picks which are hard to find in DT1, so pretty much respectable and from him. But for now, as both of the players don't really prefer high BPM tapping, from what we have seen in quals and just overall in the matches, it is going to be Nomad 4 picked by Wanderio, the map that has been getting picked in every single matchup. Your slider tag, your consistency check, and of course your wobbly wiggly streams that you have on the map. But with that, let's start off this clash with a banger song as it is. Wanderio versus MyzeJD, who will ascend to the semi-finals and will have to play against 20, the player who overthrown Birchman.
Yeah, this will be a really great first pick for Wanderio, and it seems like we will be going to the first KI pretty soon. And we will just have to see if both space will be able to keep the combo going. And it seems like it will be so. No big problems from both of the players. Consistency with accuracy, consistency with the combo, and they are just going on.
Yeah, that is right, Tommy. No one wants to be the first to fall, and that's what makes it beautiful. That is showing the true caliber of both of those players. They are cracked right now, and the gap is not going whatsoever. Wanderio is gonna be making MyzeJD bleed just a bit because of that 2% accuracy difference, but otherwise they are still that close, and that even MyzeJD is gonna be falling behind Wanderio actually, and with that Wanderio is going into full force in that first KI.
Yeah, and that is his first miss. Just it will be a disaster for Mice simply because you're not really expected to see any miss from Wanderio on this type of map. He's just very proficient for revisit, and it doesn't seem like we will see so, at least in the first half of the match. And 128 combo from him and 98.8% accuracy. It seems like it's just way too easy of a map for him, and Mice just has to pray and beg, so he will see some unfortunate misses from Wanderio.
That is right, Mize's store just hit a cliff, and Wanderio is the one pushing right now, taking the full action in that second and last. Yeah, will he get it is the question. He's already burying Mize under a landslide of perfect hits, but how far he can push it is the question for the ending of the section. Last quarter of the map left, one final push for Wanderio. Does he have what it takes to prove himself that he is worthy of being in the OWC Canadian team?
And they're just going on, still a full combo and almost a perfect, almost 99% accuracy from Wanderio, and it seems like it will change anytime soon. There is only a little bit of the map left, and it seems like the only question will be if he will be able to finally FC map and get a 99, even if honestly right now it doesn't seem like it actually will happen. But still, they're just finishing the map. The last KI is the last kind of hard part, and it doesn't seem like there is just any misses from both of the players, even if there was some unfortunate misses. The only miss NSP from MyzeJD in the middle of the map, which was critical.
Tommy, he is rewriting what dominant looks like in real time, lowering the guillotine on MyzeJD and opening the matchup with 1-0 match score right here. It is a best of 11 match, so still a long way to go. And good thing for MyzeJD though is that, well, you have 2 picks coming next from yourself, so MyzeJD will have some room to strategize against Wanderio. We'll see how this goes for him, but considering he did ban your consistency maps, I'm not expecting to see any sort of no mod 1/PS1 picks from the guy himself. I would expect him to maybe go for PS1 right away, as PS1 is something that he has a 1.3x multiplier score on. And for Wanderio, it is the other situation. It is PS2 for him, but we'll find out if he goes with it a bit later. But looks like PS1 is not going to be the occurrence here. It is actually Nomad 6, which is a custom map made by Paz, one of the pullers for the tournament, and just generally a very strong player. And what this map features is a lot of those overlaps, a lot of those slider kicks, slider sections, and of course density reading is the main factor that's going to be tested up upon this map. And MyzeJD knows what he's doing. We did see Wanderio ban Nomad 5 in round of 16, which was a gimmick map, and therefore MyzeJD, he definitely practiced the pool, and he's been one of those pioneers when it comes to gimmick maps. So here we go, Nomad 6 and MyzeJD will try and make an upset, will try and get that point. He cannot allow any breakpoints. But with that, Karakuri Destruction, the custom map from PAS, is gonna get showcased by those 2 beautiful players.
Yeah, very expected pretty much pick from Mice, considering that this is the only type of the map that he had a better score on in the last round of 16, but still even if he had an advantage in this specific, the last map of the round, but it was not a great one. The only problem was that Wanderio had 3 more misses, and it seems like that might be actually working out in the favor of MyzeJD with early miss from Wanderio, which will be giving a slight advantage towards MyzeJD in with some unfortunate accuracy drops.
Now, Tommy, I have bad news. That was a bench break, but now it seemed like that was the real one. They are mirroring each other's scores. What can I say? Trading each other completely. But for Wanderio, it seems like once again the accuracy is gonna be on his side, just generally being a better finger control player when it comes to those types of maps, and just in general, pretty much every single map of the pool is gonna give him some leg room. But with that, we're gonna be taken fully into the action with this first KI.
And it seems like both players are just hitting everything right now. But and as I was saying, that Wanderio actually finds his first or the second miss of the map, and it will be a great advantage to MyzeJD now. It will be a big miss for him, since the miss from Wanderio came right before the midpoint of the map, so it will just artificially cap the score for him, considering the amount of combo left in the map. But still, that's just so close, and he would have to, Mice just has to hold on, and it seems like he do, at least for now.
Yeah, that is right, and with another break from Wanderio, the wall just split completely, and Mize already kicking the door in, but no, finding the break right away. Wanderio is still in the game, it's time for the comeback for him. 36k is something he can very much solidify on. The door is open, but can Wanderio break it down before it shuts again is the question for now, and with that, we are gonna be seeing the break. They know everything is still on the table, and Wanderio is in here for the money. MyzeJD trying his best to prevent that, and with that, the last quarter, here we come.
Yeah, with only a little bit 50 combo advantage to the Wanderio, the score will be going down little by little, especially with some accuracy, of course, advantage. But still, there is a big question if there is enough combo, enough map left, and especially if they will be able to just hold up in the end, because map is not going to be way too easy in the end. It will just continue this big dense parts that you have to read, that you cannot let yourself go on. And it seems like the biggest problem still will be if there is enough map for Wanderio to take this advantage over to him, and it doesn't really seem so at the moment.
That is right, Tommy. Mize's grip is weak, but the crown hasn't fallen yet. He is holding on. 10k, will it be enough? No. 10k is gonna stay the same difference on the map itself. He is getting his first point and damaging Wanderio by 10k score. He sees the throne. The French king once again is standing his ground. He is defending that, and there is not gonna be any bridge in the defense that he has. Wanderio cannot find it right now.
Yeah, and as I can see, Mice did indeed only had, I believe, only one slider break through the whole map, and it just seems like this misadvantage over such reading peaks just comes up in the clutch in this moment. The only biggest problem for Mice is that even if he was able to win a point, the score difference or HP points difference is still very much in Wanderio advantage. He only got like around 10k HP points drop, and this might be a problem in the later part of this match.
Oh, that is right, but for now, it looks like well, Mai is just trying to go with the gimmick abuse once again. Nomad 5 is getting picked, and this is your 5WC 2025 Grand Finals. Grand Finals Nomad 6 map, a very obscure one, AR7, a lot of overlaps here and there, something that is truly challenging, and in my honest opinion, it is way harder than the Nomad 6 that we had previously, and this is where the gap will finally start to showcasing itself, as MyzeJD definitely prepared for the match, and he knows the deal with those gimmicks, while for Wanderio, he knows how to play gimmicks, but still it is not one of his strongest suits. Therefore, for MyzeJD, there still might be a good, solid chance of winning that map, but right off the bat though, it looks like Wanderio is gonna be taking over the lead just because of the accuracy once again. The finger control on this guy's hands, well, speaks volumes.
Yeah, it's just a bit more dense, just advanced version of Nomad 6 that we just saw, and I'm just not sure if it will be actually a better pick for my since even if on those type of maps Nomad 6 they had a very close scores, it just was coming down to a few unfortunate misses, and so far it doesn't seem like Wanderio will actually find those unfortunate misses again, and the accuracy advantage will be going to Wanderio, and it might be just a detrimental factor for Mize, especially if he will be the one finding the miss and getting a great score advantage, score disadvantage that will transform into his HP lowering way too much.
Oof, look at that, Tommy. They both are popping off right now. It is a knife fight in perfect time, but Wanderio was the first one to fall. It's once again now history and destiny is in Mize's hand. He just turned the tide into a tsunami. He just needs to keep holding right now. He has the chance of bringing that back. Mize had enough of losing those tournaments. And right now, he is in for the money, Tommy. He already flipped over the score. Will he have what it takes on the second KI as well? It is as challenging as the second one, and it is pretty much tricky, but he got hands on it.
And it doesn't seem like he actually would go, just still only a little bit of the map left. It doesn't go as long as Nomad 6 was going for, and it seems like score advantage is still going up very damn fast, and this, even if Mize will find the miss right now, it might just not be enough for Wanderio to come back from it, and it doesn't seem like Mize will actually find this detrimental miss that Wanderio needs. He's just popping off, going off, and actually they both find the miss, but on the same part, so the advantage still is very much equal, 130,000 points towards Mize, and it doesn't go anywhere soon.
That is more enough. Wanderio sat on the throne for too long, and now it's eviction day, ladies and gentlemen. What can I say? MyzeJD taking over the initiative and now winning 2-1. What a great way to start off the match and start off his first 2 picks for himself. Not allowing any breakpoints to happen against a seed 1 player is definitely one hell of an achievement so far. Even though MyzeJD is a very strong tourney player himself, and after 5EC 2023, which he won, he ranked up, he still has not reached that level of success that Wanderio has. And Wanderio right now, it will be the time for you to show why you are so notorious, why you are so popular with the tournament scene. And with that, Nomad 1 is gonna be the instrument of execution for Wanderio to try and stabilize his ground. Knight Rider.
The biggest problem right now would be that the length of Nomad 1 of this round is actually not a lot, only about 2 minutes, and it might be just enough for Mize to hold on to the full combo of the map, and well, this was the biggest problem when he was playing Nomad 1s in the previous rounds. He just was not able to fully combo the whole map, even with great accuracy, of course. But I guess we would have to see as much is actually, this map is actually started right now, and we are just going straight in.
Yeah, that is right, and the map is pretty much short. It features a lot of your generic jumps and also some elements of light tech, especially in the first half of the map itself. And this is what makes it beautiful on Wanderio so far. The accuracy has been the same story for the entire drain of that match throughout it, but we have already seen that Wanderio, he has a tendency of breaking earlier than MyzeJD so far, but will this be the same thing right now? So far, both players are matching each other perfectly. They are mirroring each other's moves. It's just a 1% accuracy difference that is pulling them apart.
And we just saw a slider break from Mize, which actually will be a detriment that it was in the middle of the map, and Wanderio is just straight right now, and it will actually equalize somehow, especially with accuracy drops that Wanderio dropped together with his combo, and it seems like advantage actually goes to Mize, but he finds another miss, and wow, it is traded almost immediately, and we are going into the break, and it is everyone's game.
And this is a diabolical braid right here. They know there is only 2k score difference, but who will end up taking the crown, Wanderio or MyzeJD? We are taking the full action of the last game. Wanderio is gonna be the first one to fall. MyzeJD, he sees the breach in the defense and he needs to keep holding right now, but no, he finds a break. They are trading with each other rapidly. Wanderio, there is still some room for you to get that comeback on, but will you get it? So far, both players are once again having a perfect knife fight with each other, Tommy. I don't know what's happening.
It's just insane. The only advantage that Mize actually has is accuracy advantage. It's just barely enough to get him into this leading position, and it seems like he just does not want to let it go, and they are just going into the last part of the map, and it is enough. No breaks for Mize, 16,000 points advantage, and it is a break point for Mize.
And that is right, the French King strikes again right here against Wanderio, Seed 1 player, 16k score difference. Those victories, they might not be that significant in score-wise, but still, a point is a point. And with that, MyzeJD is gonna be capitalizing off Wanderio's pick. It was a break point, in fact. Wanderio does have another pick to secure, but that's not gonna leave a great taste on his tongue right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And we will be heading towards PS2 next. Another pick from Wanderio, and the big question will be if this will be a great pick for him. At the very least, I'm not so sure, because if we were to look at MyzeJD also account, also profile, we would see that he has a pin score on the throne, this specific map that we are seeing right now. He's number 9 on the global leaderboards, and he was so for more than 6 months, and only recently he was dropped out actually from the number 5 with some recent scores from other players. We also have on that little bit below a score from Wanderio with 1,700 something combo, but it was still not enough to beat the Mize score, so this will be a big interesting showdown.
Oh, got some insider information from Tommy. Well, indeed, that means that Wanderio is literally challenging MyzeJD right now. He is going like, come on, fight me. This time, I will get it done. And this time, I will be the one standing on top of the hill. And with that, we're taking full into action. Wanderio finding the break right away. This map is 6 minutes long and 30 seconds long as well. This is gonna be a crazy exercise for both of the players, stamina-wise and consistency-wise. But right now we're only getting started, and MyzeJD having a slight accuracy and slight combo advantage because Wanderio is recovering pretty successfully actually.
Oh wow, and immediately we see both players just drop all the combo, but still not a big difference in accuracy from all of them. So we will be seeing some slight advantage towards MyzeJD even in this early part, but we do see another slight break for him, which is, well, will be pretty bad, but if Wanderio was not about to trade it, it seems like this is just type of map where we will see it a lot and it will be happening.
And that is right, both players are on fire right now. And there is still a long way to go, but also, Tommy, what we have to consider is that Wanderio has a 1.3x score multiplier that's gonna be on his side, as this is his own path, because for MyzeJD is only past 1, and right now he is showing that he is not the most comfortable player on the map itself, while Wanderio is just nailing those strings with perfection. Each note is hit without any hesitation.
I'm not sure if there is actually a lot of hesitation from MyzeJD too, especially with his 96, almost 97% accuracy. Considering that the final accuracy from both of the players were around 96-95% for the map in the global leaderboards, but we do see another miss from Wanderio, which will be given a big advantage towards Mize, and the core difference will be rising fast now.
Still a long fight though, we're only 1/4 through and MyzeJD is finding the break, but Wanderio is trading him right away. In terms of power level, these two are super close for the throne, and who will take the throne is the only question, which we are gonna find out in 4 minutes. As right now, I'm pretty sure the score lead is not gonna be moving anywhere. It's gonna stay like it is right now. 15k score difference. MyzeJD though is breaking on those flow sections, which is not gonna benefit him at all, while Wanderio is right now just nailing them. His feet are on fire and he is inching the score gap. It is shrinking rapidly.
Yeah, it just seems like the combos that Wanderio was able to hold up was just enough for him to gain around 10k point difference, but the both combos of the both ways were just reset, and we are again in the big question who will be going out victorious out of this matchup. We are only almost coming towards the half point of the map, and well, it will not be going any easier from this point. 220 BPM, just consistent streams, a lot of speed, and considering that Wanderio was not really confident earlier in this match about his speed, it will be just so close.
Yeah, that is right. This is the kind of tension that breaks mortals. But now, actually, Tommy, this entire section is gonna be a bit more aim-based and a bit more flow-based. There's not enough of those mechanics in this section, so we have seen a lot of players recovering on this part, but now MyzeJD is gonna be a different story for this man right here on Wanderio. He now sees the opening and he will try to grab that star, to reach for the star, while MyzeJD is grabbing the meteor instead.
Devastating news from MyzeJD, and Wanderio just seems to go on. 600 and counting of his combo, and accuracy is also not being dropped way too much, even if Mize does have more than almost a 2% accuracy advantage, but combo is just way too much for Mize, especially if he was to miss again and again right now. As we are approaching the final third of the map, it will be a great news for Wanderio, and almost honestly awful for Mize.
Ooh, and right now Wanderio is not playing against MyzeJD, he is playing around MyzeJD. This is looking very well for him. 1k combo popping off. There is an avalanche of that combo. It is going downhill. It is snowballing right now. And we are here yet with the last quarter of the map. The lead still is not going to grow so fast, and Wanderio finding a crucial break right now. Same goes for MyzeJD, and MyzeJD is still gonna be in the game up until that last KI that we're gonna see.
We do have to remember that Wanderio does have a 1.3% on 1.3 score multiplier, so Mize would have to actually just have to FC all the rest of the map if he wants to have a decent HP position after this match, after this map, and it doesn't seem like he's able to. He's just find the missiles on more of the alt-based patterns in this map, and it doesn't seem like it is just doing great for him at all.
Yeah, and the score gap is getting further and further from MyzeJD. This map is a battlefield, and Wanderio so far is the only one walking out alive, but MyzeJD is here with a comeback, but those flow streams are gonna be the biggest task for him. Will he have what it takes? No. Finding the break, and Wanderio with this once again running away. He is not chasing the crown right now. He is already wearing it, going in the last heavy tapping section right now. The throne is only gonna get ascended by one of those players, not two, despite biggest efforts that both of those have. So far, they are hitting all the tapping sections with perfection, and Wanderio is not gonna be the one to fall. He is building up a lot of pressure on MyzeJD, and therefore there is a break from MyzeJD. There is nothing stopping this guy right now, and the throne is gonna be claimed by Wanderio. It is gonna be 2-3, but will Wanderio hit the last 16-note death stream is the question for now. Let's wait and see. He is overstreaming. In fact, what is this guy doing?
Wow, that was insane last part, to be honest. Just as I was seeing Mize just carrying a lot of hundreds and fifties, I was saying that the score difference will be going like crazy towards Wanderio, but it seems like it's actually not so bad, at least for now. And even with the score multiplier, he'll not be getting too much of HP damage this time around, but the problem is what will be the next pick for Mize, because I believe this will be now the time for him to pick something, and I'm not sure what to do, except for maybe, perhaps, the D4 might be a good idea, considering that it does have some unusual qualities towards it, but I'm not really sure.
I mean, yeah, that is right. Mize overall is just a very much versatile player when it comes to his picks. He is running out of those gimmicks, though there is still DT3 that you could consider a gimmick map, I would say, in this particular round. But the tendency for Mize looked like he did pick a lot of those DT2 and DT3 maps when it came to his previous matches, but no, it is going to actually be PS3. And the funny thing is, it's not even his own path. MyzeJD's path is Vibrations, which is PS1, so he's not gonna be getting that 1.3x score multiplier. And that is one of the rare occasions where we're actually gonna get to see Midnight Sun getting fully showcased. A 5-minute long map, another tiebreaker long map. You absolutely love to see that. What can I even say? And it tests a lot of your control slash alt slash rhythm, and of course, at the end, consistency checks. And with that, MyzeJD gonna be trying and show that he has the superior consistency skills over Wanderio.
This is a really interesting pick to see from MyzeJD, especially after we saw that the most of the misses and combo breaks that we had on PS2 were from those out or slow down patterns, 1/3, and considering that this map in particular is pretty much filled with it, it might be, at least in my eyes, some problem for Mice, but considering that it is his pick after all, it seems like he's still pretty confident with it.
Honestly, I would say that for Mize, it is kind of that he's praying to the gods of RNG to win this map, because the nature of all the PS3 maps is that they are not the hardest in the pool by far, but they just require a lot of that control, a lot of that commitment to the map itself, and of course consistency. And this is the reason MyzeJD has a very great consistency when it comes to tournaments. He did win more than 10 tournaments for a reason though. And with that, look at that score advantage. Look at that accuracy gap of 7% right now. MyzeJD knows what he is doing, and we are not even getting started. These are some easier sections of the map.
Yeah, this will be a hard map to gain a good accuracy on, and it does seem like Mice is much more close towards it. Even if both players actually do find some misses and just equalize the combo across the board, Wanderio finds another one, so Mice will be having a slight advantage not only with accuracy but also with combo. And even if he was to find another miss in this part of the map, and still we are just going through the hard, but so we have no idea what will happen next, especially with another miss from Wanderio.
Oh, that is right. Your consistency in the beginning did not quite matter. It is the KI that is still in a way the deal for both of them. It is pretty tough, even though the map is only 6.5 stars. Very much lower than the average SR of this pool being 7.2. MyzeJD did find some recovery, but now finding a break, and Wanderio has it in his hands. But I just want to say that no, it was a Bancho break. Actually, my apologies, Bancho is not having the best day, but this one was the real one. Never mind, it was not the real one. What is happening?
Yeah, it's just a break on this map, and we will be seeing some more troubles in the future, but it seems like even with pretty much equal or similar combos, the pure accuracy difference does wonders for MyzeJD. Almost 30,000 point difference, and it seems like he will not be going down, quite the opposite.
Yeah, that is right. The lead is bleeding out from MyzeJD, and it looks like for Wanderio, that drop of MyzeJD might have cost him the crown and turned over for Wanderio. But with that, we're only halfway through the map. There is still a long way to go, around 2.5 minutes. And with that, a slow build-up is right here. MyzeJD, will you be able to hold on to that combo? Even though there is a breach in the defense, and yes, Wanderio is finding the break on those 1-2 jumps right here. And this is putting MyzeJD in a pretty comfortable situation. With that break though, it's not gonna be that comfortable, but still, he can be pretty much calm with the current distribution of power.
And we are just going in. The AI is just so even in this part that we can see a lot of misses from Wanderio, because it is really not easy to hit those patterns, and both of the players, we can see it from them. Mice just comes out a little bit ahead with 180 combo on his hand right now, and 94% accuracy. I believe he even recovered quite a bit of it from the start, because he had around 91 at this point, but still just 60,000 points difference, and we will be going into the second KI soon.
That is right, this is the calm before the storm, and both players are getting prepared for the last KI to come in. They know what is about to happen, and Wanderio is gonna be the first one to fall on those snap alt patterns right here, and the door is now open. MyzeJD is opening the gates of this map already. Almost 100k score advantage for the guy himself. There is nothing stopping this guy. Every tap is thunder, every slider is lightning. The king is once again unmatched, taking his own point, taking the matters in his own hands. This is the point of no return for Wanderio, and with that, MyzeJD is gonna be the one walking through the pile of ashes.
Yeah, and we will be going soon into some more interesting parts of the map, I believe, but still, 700 combo from Mice and only 400 from Wanderio. This will be a big point difference, not only because he will be gaining another point on the board from Mice, at least this will actually also almost equalize their HP points on the board too, which is just way too crucial in this type of match.
Right, this is not looking good. This is pretty dangerous for Wanderio, actually. If you ask me, his fellow mate Birchman already lost to a Seed 5 player in the other upper bracket matchup. And with that, if Wanderio also drops in the loser bracket, that is going to be a huge reputational hit for the Canadians, as those two are both OWC Canada players. And right now, the second one of them being 2 maps away from getting knocked down to loser bracket by no one as famous as MyzeJD, the guy who right now has a very good momentum and just once again doing a major turning momentum right here in the match, being in a pretty good mood 4-2.
We might indeed just see another step of Rising Star on the right here. MyzeJD just doing great, 4-2, he needs only 2 more points to win this match, but it will not be easy. There's not a lot of maps left that he might just go on, and it seems like it will be PS1.
Yeah, that is something we finally are gonna see. This is the map that he has the 1.3x multiplier on. It is Prey. It is played with DT this time around. It features 10.3 AR, and of course, the nature of PS1 is that this is a type of map that you have to memorize. You have to practice it a couple of times here and there. You cannot sight read it, because this particular one features a lot of your density slider jumps and just in general your farm aim jumps. So all that in the combination with AR 10.3 definitely makes it one of the most challenging maps of the pool, but MyzeJD is specializing in those, and therefore he will try to take the matter in his own hands right now. He is feeling better than ever, and with that, we're wishing good luck to both of the absolutely cracked players of this tournament.
Absolutely, and we will be just going in. It seems like so far there is some trouble from Wanderio with just a bit too much hundreds all across the board, but it doesn't really matter if he will actually just be able to keep up the combo. Well, Mice will not be able to just return the favor, and it seems like for now at least it's fine. We are going into some kind of a chaos map, but both of players are seem pretty comfortable in getting both of all of the patterns that we see on the screen.
Yo, that is right, Tommy. This is where legends either rise or break. And so far, both of them are rising. This is beautiful. No one wants to be the first one to fall, but otherwise, it is going to be MyzeJD. Or it's going to be Mize whatsoever. And Wanderio is in the driver's seat right now. MyzeJD, he reached for the stars and grabbed the meteor instead, like a glass castle, meeting the hammer. It is all gone, and Wanderio right now absolutely stealing the deal. He's the only one walking out alive. They have traded blows before, but this one hits different for Wanderio, and with that, we are getting into our second KI. Slowly but surely, the lead is growing.
And it seems like both operations just go on. Mice really needs Wanderio to find another means just so he would be able to come back, because even with his 1.3 score multiplier, it will not be enough to gain a victory in this map for now. And it doesn't seem like Ontario will find another miss, at least for now. Even with 94% accuracy, more than 3% lower than Mice. Mice finds another miss, and it's just a disaster for him. Ontario just goes on, and 100 combo from him, and he's just going on. Only the last third of the map left, and we will be seeing the end.
Tommy, that is it. That is the nail in the coffin for MyzeJD. That miss was silent. That echoed across the board, across the entire lobby. And right now, the screen is melting by Wanderio. This guy is on fire right now. He is getting ready for the last guy. We already saw a spectacular performance from him in Nomad 4, but now it is time to try and see the other one. The only question is how far he can go. There is no doubt in him that he already got MyzeJD, but now there is a true challenge. One final stand, one final push. Do you have what it takes to be the king of this entire tournament? I know, finally finding the break, but who the hell cares? This gap is massive. It is not even a gap, it is a canyon of 360k score.
And it is just devastating for Mice. Never mind another point that he lost. They are still pretty much equal in Mice, in a little bit of a lead by 1 point, but the damage to his health points that Wanderio was able to do, even with 1.3 multiplayer from Mice, it is just devastating. There is only a few maps left, and both of them seem to be at least favor Wanderio, and it is really bad for Mice.
That's right, well said, Tommy. Wanderio is back at it. He is in for the money. You cannot do anything against that. And right now, he is taking the matter in his own hands. He has 2 maps to pick next, one after other. And well, considering we don't even have those PS picks anymore, he needs to think of some different strategy. DT4 looks like it's gonna be the occurrence. And before we jump straight into the map, I really want to hope that this time we're not gonna get disconnected, because last 2 times that we have seen this map getting picked, the client for some reason was not able to handle it. So chat, if you're watching that, pray with us, because this is your custom map, and it would be such a shame if we did not get a full showcase. This is literally the last chance right now. It's mapped by Bakery. It features a lot of those precision jumps in double time, and also some flow here and there, especially as we're getting in the second part of the map. But it is a beautiful custom map, and with that, Wanderio is gonna be trying to catch up to MyzeJD.
Yeah, absolutely, and it will be a really interesting map to watch, especially considering that we don't have a lot of HR left in the pool, if any at least. So this will be the closest that we might see the precision in this match, and we will be going in.
Yep, that is right, Tommy. And with that, the map itself is 3 minutes on the dot when it comes to Drain CS6. And finally, we're seeing a proper showcase of the map and Wanderio. It is now his time to shine. The consistency that he has, it is spot on. And for MyzeJD, gonna be a tough challenge once again. You can never let your guard down when you're playing against someone like Wanderio. He is assessing the map though right off the bat, so Wanderio is gonna be losing some blood here and there at the beginning, but it doesn't really matter. Once we get to the first guy, things might change drastically. But for now, though, MyzeJD is actually finding a break, and with that, Wanderio is going to be looking to gap in MyzeJD, especially after that one break. But now the trade is coming from him once again. Things are still undecided.
Yeah, and this seems like a map will be pretty much based on the who will be getting a better combo, considering that the accuracy is pretty much equal from the both ways, and both of the accuracies are just great to see. And we don't seem to see much more misses, especially after we actually get into some kind of a speed up, kind of a harder part of the map. If we were to talk about the beginning, we find another miss from Mice, which is just not great for him, especially considering that there is still not a lot of. The next pick will also be from Wanderio, and Mice just needs to hold on, be that in HP or in the points on the board.
That is right, MyzeJD not so long ago was matching Wanderio's score, but right now you can see the panic set in, and Wanderio is turning pressure into cover right here. Already a 50k score difference. We are starting with our second PI. He is going full force into it, and MyzeJD's grip is weak, but the crown hasn't fallen yet from Wanderio. There is still might be a chance for MyzeJD If he recovers and Wanderio misses right now, 100k score is still a way to go. But right now, Wanderio is feeling better than ever, staying unfazed. There is nothing he can do right here with that break, finally allowing MyzeJD some room to breathe. Will he have enough time though is the question.
Yeah, that is a big question. I don't believe he will, especially with this another miss from Mice. It doesn't seem like he will actually have enough. And well, that 130,000 points score difference will be pretty much set in stone now. There is only a little bit of the map left, but the winner is pretty much decided. It seems like it will be Wanderio.
That is right, MyzeJD. He reached the summit, but the mountain pushed him back, and with that, Wanderio looks like the fourth point is gonna go to his pocket. There's nothing left on the map itself, just a couple of jumps here and there, and that custom map is gonna get 500k by Wanderio. What a crazy performance, what a dominant performance from the guy once again.
Yeah, just again, incredible performances from both of the players on any given map that we so far saw in this matchup. And well, it just unfortunate that Mice just seems to find some more misses when it actually matters in those situations, and it will be a difference this time around. Only 270,000 HP points left in MyzeJD's pocket, and it can be decimated in the matter of one lost map, so he should be very careful.
Ooh, that is right. And Wanderio is going for DT3, a very short map that we have seen a lot of legends actually just completely miss. One miss is all it takes to just lose that map, because once again, it is really short and the SR is actually not that high, and also considering the AR, it is not really your finger control map. It is AR7 without DT, AR9 with DT, and it features some of those, once again, density reading elements, and in general a bit of that rhythm here and there, because after all it is your Rusei Aika map. And Tommy, with that, we're officially entering the end game of the match. This was the last pick from Wanderio before potentially jumping straight into the tiebreaker, and with this first intersection being assessed by MyzeJD, things are looking a bit sketchy for Wanderio.
That's for sure, and this is a really interesting pick from Wanderio, at least, because this is pretty much the only map that I also saw that MyzeJD pretty much had an advantage on. The more of a reading type style maps, and it does seem like it is pretty much not really going in favor of Mice for now, especially if we were to look at accuracies, 1% accuracy advantage to Wanderio with full combos across the board, at least for now, and it doesn't seem like it will change soon unless we will be seeing another break, because the map will be only just so short, and the combo will be just devastating.
That is right, they both are carving this map open after the first KI. You can feel the silence between the nodes. It is full of pressure. These two have history, and every node is another page on it, but only one can ascend to the throne, with the last KI being opened right now. MyzeJD is opening the gate right here, gapping him a bit by accuracy, but no, once again Wanderio is taking care of him, pulling it back once again, and both are FCing, and MyzeJD as a cherry on top, finding a break, allowing Wanderio to secure another FC in MWS quarterfinals pool, and not only that, but a match point.
That is absolutely insane to see. The only really good news for Mice right now is that he's pretty much set on points. It doesn't matter if he will lose it, because the only real, even if he were to lose, he will be losing on points, so he will be just eliminated by default. But well, another problem that he has right now is just a question of what to pick. There is not a lot of maps left. There's basically none maps that have any reading qualities towards it that Mice was just so dominant on. So this is a big question for now.
Yeah, Mize need to choose wisely, and he is going for the slot pool that is actually not that expected to be picked. We did see a ban of Hard Rock 1 by MyzeJD. We did see a ban of Hard Rock 4 from Wanderio. So Hard Rock slot, overall, it looks like a middle ground to me, and Hard Rock 3 is a very strong control map. It actually does not even feel like Hard Rock because it is CS2. After Hard Rock, it's around CS3, so not even that tough for both of the players. AR10, of course, you would expect that, and right now, MyzeJD, he has a knife put up against his throat by Wanderio, but Wanderio, you right now just need to not slip that blade, and with that the matchup will be over. But for MyzeJD, he will try his best, of course. He knows what he is doing, he better does, because we are gonna be starting off this map very roughly, and MyzeJD finding the opening break.
Yeah, and this break is really just detrimental because map will not be just having any real soul downs at all, and MyzeJD with another combo break is just not able to continue. Even if Wanderio was able to trade, still a 50,000 points score difference is already set in stone, especially with this devastating accuracy difference. Just look at this 97% from Wanderio and only around 89 from Mice. This is just really bad for him, really bad news.
Oh, that tendency is not the best right now, though. Now we're gonna jump in a bit of a more chill section of the map itself. You can already see the density being not that high. Some of those flow sections are being hit, but MyzeJD finding those breaks even on it. Tommy, I'm afraid it might have been a trap set up by Wanderio. It might have been a mistake for MyzeJD. That might have been all part of the master plan that Wanderio just had.
Yeah, Mice just seems to bite himself in his own tail and just picking the wrong maps, and it's the end part of this matchup, and it seems like it might just be enough for now, especially with Ontario just holding up, as we are going into again a more harder part of the map with a lot of aim control patterns, and it just seems like Ontario is just way too comfortable on this type of map compared to MyzeJD.
Oof, Wanderia's score right now is speaking volumes as we are getting the last 1/3 of the map itself. What is just happening? Right now, he is sprinting towards the finish line with fire on his heels. He turns chaos into art, and even though MyzeJD is trying, there is 300 combo coming in from him, but Wanderio is staying unfazed. 3% accuracy difference is what it all takes, Tommy.
And it seems like it will be just enough even if Wanderio was to find a miss right now. I'm just really not sure if Mice will be able to get it back, and it seems like our winner of this matchup of, I believe, pretty much the last match of the quarterfinals will be set.
No, Tommy, that is right. MyzeJD might be the king, but Wanderio is the emperor, and there is nothing you can do against this man. Unlike Birchman, Wanderio is showing why he is worthy of the name that he has built throughout this entire year, and in general, being the superior player as a seed one, looking forward to trying and catch up to his dreams. Getting the victory in the entire tournament, getting the first place would be one of his wishes right now. MyzeJD though put up a great fight, had the momentum, winning 4-2. But after all, MyzeJD is still not that much of an experienced player when it comes to 4-digit. He plays against those colossal titans, and he definitely is gaining more and more experience within each map, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more of this guy's masterclasses being showcased in the losers bracket. But for now, Wanderio is the guy that we should take care of right now. Wanderio putting off some great performances, 3 FCs into this match, and this is only the beginning for him.
It was just such an insane match to see, only 1 point away from a tiebreaker, and it was just pretty much a cinema. There is very close maps, very close ideas, especially with those written picks, because pretty much all of them were decided only in the latter half of the map, and well, it is what you are expected to see when you see those two titans try to figure things out in a tournament.
Yep, and that is it, Tommy. But I think for now, that is it Next round is gonna be semifinals for both of these two players, Wanderio and 20. Those players that we have commentated are gonna go up against each other in semifinals. And for Bershman and MyzeJD, those two are crazy strong players that are gonna be dropping in the losers bracket. Something that I feel bad for for those other loser bracket players, because Bershman and MyzeJD are the ones you should watch out for. But with that, we have covered a pretty decent amount of matches, Tommy. And I think the next stream that we're gonna have is actually the full showcase that is gonna happen at 2 UDC from what I remember correctly. And with that, this has been your staff team, Philoxan and Tommy in the commentary booth. And for the referee, you had Kibi, refing and streaming absolutely fucking everything. Huge props to the guy. Just say, say thank you, Kibi, in chat right now, or Vaxi. It is up to you. But for now, thank you everybody for watching, and we will see you pretty soon in the next week. And just stay there for the map pool showcase if you even care. But for now, that's it. Bye bye, everyone, and have a nice day.